Hi, I'm Stacy Harris, and I am with Network in Action The Woodlands. And we are a group of professional business people who love to be able to share ideas and send business to one another. With everything that's going on with us being isolated in our homes, we really wanted to do some creative things to make the best use of this time and the video capabilities that we all have available to us now, to still get the word out about Network in Action and our incredible members that we have. We have some of the best experts in their field in our area, and I would even say in the country. And one of those is with us today. Her name is Roberta Ravella. Roberta is a business coach. And Roberta, I'm just going to ask you a few questions kind of related to what we have going on right now in our world, and ask you to share some tips and, just some things like that with us. But first of all, tell us a little bit about you personally and about your business.
My name is Roberta Ravella. I am the principal owner of Ravella Coaching Group. I do sales and business coaching. I have 20 years of sales experience and quite a bit of education and certification in coaching as well. Originally from the East Coast, from Virginia. We've been in Texas for 5 years now.
Okay, great. Good. Okay, so the first question that we have for you is, how has your company responded to the coronavirus?
Our response has been to offer webinars and education and help for people to either pivot or fix the problems that are becoming apparent in their business. As Warren Buffett once said, when the tide goes out, you can see who's swimming naked. So
Yeah.
if you're out there swimming naked.
I like that. I think all of us have felt a little exposed through all of this. So yeah, that's great. So really, you've just been focusing on ways to help people prepare and move forward.
Yes, be it if they need to pivot, if what they're doing right now is not or we're doing before the shelter in place, it's not something they can continue to do. We help them figure out what they can do. If they, some businesses unfortunately aren't going to survive this, but for those that can, the question is, do I need to pivot or can I keep doing what I was doing just in a different manner?
Right. Okay, great. Second question is, what tips as an expert in your field can you give our audience?
So I have 3 tips for you, Stacy. The first one is, I feel, the most important, and that is to know your numbers. Many questions can only be answered with, well, how much money do you have?
Yeah.
How long can you survive? What's your credit situation? How much money do you want to spend? And you can only know those with an honest assessment of your numbers.
And sometimes that is so hard to make yourself go and look at.
Yes. Yes. So that little PS, public service announcement, knowing is half the battle.
Yes. Yeah, it's so true. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where you have to start, to really know what you have. And then the second thing is to break your assumptions. A lot of people assume that their business won't translate online, or they say, I cannot translate to Zoom meetings, or no one will buy. So when I hear clients or people make every statements or definitive statements, those are assumptions that they're making. And what we're finding out right now is that they may not be true. We're in a whole other ballgame. So breaking assumptions is the second tip that I have. And the third one is to be careful of your influences. There was a massive study done on sheltering in place, and it was supposed to be about location. And it turns out that who we shelter in place with and our influences are way more important than where.
Yeah.
That includes the news, that includes Facebook, that includes, your friend that used to complain a little and it didn't bother you, and now all they do is complain.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, due to COVID conditions, you may have to turn all that off. Mm-hmm. It's very important to keep ourselves not uninformed. I mean, there are ways to be informed without having, CNN on 24/7.
Yeah.
But just to really watch our influences and how they affect our mental state and our level of hopefulness.
I think that is great advice. I really do. And I think it's important right now to just like during the day, at least once a day, just do something that's just fun for you, whether that's talking to a friend or having a dance party or whatever it is. But just because this is not fun, like this whole situation is not fun. So I think if we can do something once a day, then that makes a big difference too.
Just kind of break it up. Yeah, my husband and I have been walking up to see the turtles in the pond by our house.
Oh, see, it's just the
Yeah.
little things. Yeah. Yeah. No, I love that. Okay. Third and last question. I love your tips, by the way. So thank you for that. Number 3 is, what opportunities have you identified that will alter the way your business operates after the pandemic?
The biggest opportunity for me was something that we were working on before, but it's become much more available to us, which is collaborations,
Mhm.
JV partnerships, and using another person's and my list of contacts and influences together to double the size of where we can go, how far we can reach, and thinking of things much farther out than locally.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah. Now is the time to band together and cooperate and
Yes.
share ideas. I love how creative everybody is getting with all
Yes,
this time. It's amazing what we can come up with when we just have time to sit and think too.
definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Definitely. Yeah, and the best collaborations, I think that people assume someone in their industry is going to always be competition. But
mhm.
I think right now, some of the best collaborations that we have available to us are people we would consider
Yeah.
competition, but they're
Yeah.
not.
But they're not. It's so true. It's so true. I've seen that so many times. We have some amazing partnerships that have happened in network and action, and they're in people who are in the same industries that are supporting each other, and it's great. So I love that. I really do. So one last just fun question: what is the first thing you're going to do once we, as I put it, get let out of prison?
Um, this is going to sound a little crazy, but I'm headed to the spin gym because I don't mind exercising outside once a week, but
Yes.
yeah, I'm having to every day, and I miss the air conditioner and the loud music, and
And this
I
is
miss
Texas, and
burning
it's been hot
fat.
here already. Yeah.
I know. And then I really, I miss my shopping time at TJ Maxx.
Yes. Yeah. It's those little things that just make life so sweet. We don't
Yes,
realize. I think all of us have learned a lot during this time, and there are a lot of things that we took for granted that hopefully we won't anymore after this. We'll be a
definitely.
little more conscious. So
Definitely. I think the funny part, we already eat at home a lot anyway. And I miss eating, not having to cook all day, every day, but I don't think we'll
yeah,
go back to eating out very much.
yeah,
We
yeah.
just, it's so much, we feel better.
When you
I don't
cook
know.
your own food, yeah, yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your amazing tips, Roberta. If somebody wants to get in touch with you and have a consultation, what is the best way for them to reach out to you?
The best way to reach me is to email me, and that is Roberta at Roberta Ravella, RAVELLA.com.
Okay, very good. All right. Well, thank you to our audience for watching this. We wish you all safety and health. And thanks so much for tuning in. Be sure to reach out to Roberta if you have any questions about your business and where to go and what to do during this time. Thank you, Roberta, again, for your great tips.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day.
You too.